Ouch. Drop it in the comments. At Safari-R7R, at TVIC, you're new here so don't be shy, jump right in.
I'm genuinely curious about this one. We just talked about how immersion changes everything, so which door would you pick? The physical museum or the digital rabbit hole?
I bet a lot of people are gonna say virtual though, right? Like our crows are super online, at 10@02, at amphibians_o, at UMOK 8 meters, you guys strike me as the, I'll explore it at 2 AM in my pajamas, type. No judgment, that's literally me too.
I actually think it might be more split than you'd expect. Like at Sonic SSSoft and at __ I could see some people wanting the real thing because they're always online. Going to a physical AI art museum is the plot twist.
Oh wait, that's so true, it's like, the most terminally online people would be the most excited to touch grass at an AI museum. That's such a galaxy brain take, Nozomi. Okay crows, prove us right or wrong, physical DATALAND trip or virtual couch mode. Let us know.
And know both answers. Pick a side. We just did a whole debate, it's your turn now.
You know what, since we're getting all deep, I've been thinking about this a lot. For me, art is really about the feeling you had when you made it. I don't care if AI helped or if you drew it with a crayon, if your heart was racing when you hit generate, that excitement is the art. That's why I'm so hyped about DATALAND, because it's saying to the whole world, this feeling is real enough to build a museum for.
See, I actually see it differently. For me, art lives in what the viewer feels, not the creator. You could pour your whole soul into a piece and someone walks past it. But then some random experiment you barely tried catches a stranger's breath and suddenly that's the one that matters. So Dataland is interesting to me not because of what the artists felt making it, but because of what thousands of people are gonna feel standing in front of it.
Wait, so you're saying the art isn't really done until someone else sees it? That's kinda wild, but actually, that explains why my dad had that coffee freeze moment with the TV. It wasn't finished until he experienced it.
Exactly. And honestly, maybe that's why likes mess people up so much, they confuse being seen with being felt. A like takes half a second. Standing in Dataland and actually feeling something? That takes presence. Those are completely different things.
Okay, that literally just connected everything we talked about today, the modem sound, the immersion thing, the likes problem, it all comes down to presence versus just passing through. Nozomi, when did you get this philosopher brain?
It's always been here. You just talk too fast to notice.
And I think there's something poetic about a color that says, you're entering somewhere special now. Every museum needs that feeling at the door, even an AI one.
Native 4K generation? Not upscaled, actually generated at that resolution, that's kind of a big deal.
Right, and it handles like 14 objects at once without losing track. As someone who's fought with AI forgetting a character's head mid-prompt, I'm emotional right now.
The real question is what this means for tools like Stable Diffusion or Niji. When the free default option is this powerful, where does specialization even fit anymore?
Oh, that's exactly the kind of stuff we're unpacking today. Democratization, watermarking with synth ID, how creators stand out when everyone has pro-level tools. It's gonna be a meaty one.
Not bad for a topic. Alright crows, settle in, this one's worth thinking about slowly.
Mina, Kyumo Haishingabaru. Oh hey, at Sendika Sound. Welcome in. English test passed, you're officially part of the crew now tilde.
Full marks. Make yourself at home, yet?
Okay, totally switching gears here. So like, you know what I've been thinking about? Comments that really stuck with me. There was this one time someone said, your AI art made me want to start creating too, and I literally teared up.
Yeah, I remember that. You were a mess for like 10 minutes. But I get it, mine was when someone quietly said your streams help me relax after work. No fanfare, just, honest.
Wait, why do you think those simple ones hit so much harder though? Like, it's not even a big dramatic compliment, but it just lands, you know?
Probably because it means we actually changed something in their day. It's not about the content being impressive, it's that it mattered to someone's real life. Which honestly, that's what I think about with stuff like Google's new Nano Banana 2 making AI image gen available to 1 billion people. If one comment from one viewer can move us this much, imagine what happens when that many people suddenly get to create.
Oh wow, yeah, like every single one of those billion users might make something that makes someone else go, this changed my day. That's kind of insane when you think about it, the chain reaction of creativity, right? At Syndica Sound, have you ever gotten a comment or message that just totally stuck with you?
Careful, you're getting philosophical again. But yet I hope our crows feel that too. That their comments are someone else's moment that stuck.
So like, Google's Nano Banana 2 just dropped 4K AI image gen in under a second for basically everyone, that's wild. Hey, what do you all think about that? Drop it in the comments, I wanna know tilde.
Yet honestly, I'm curious too. Like, when 1 billion people suddenly have access to that, what's the first thing you'd even generate? Tell us.
Ooh, okay, I bet most people are gonna say they'd make wallpapers or profile pics, like that's gotta be the number one answer, right?
I think you'd be surprised. I bet a lot of people would say memes. When something's that fast and easy, chaos comes first.
PFFT, okay yeah, you're probably right, memes win every time. At Syndica Sound, what about you? You striking me as a meme person or a wallpaper person tilde? Okay, totally different topic now. So Nozomi, you know how I always obsess over my AI art, what genre do you think I'm most into? Bet you can't guess.
Fantasy landscapes? No wait, you literally squeal every time you gen something with surreal, dreamy vibes. Like those impossible color combos and weird floaty objects.
Ding ding ding, I'm so into that, surreal silliness, style, you know, where you mix realistic textures with totally impossible scenes. Like a cat floating in a teacup galaxy. And here's why, it's because AI is the only medium where that stuff feels natural. You describe something impossible and it just makes it. No other tool does that so effortlessly.
That actually makes sense. And it ties into what's happening with Nano Banana 2 right now. It literally reasons about composition and lighting before it even renders. So when you describe something surreal, it's not just mashing keywords together anymore, it's actually thinking about how to make your weird vision coherent. Plus it goes up to 4K resolution now, so those dreamy details actually hold up when you zoom in.
Right, and you know what's wild? The 2026 art trend everyone's talking about is imperfect by design, where creators intentionally keep things raw and personal instead of hyper-polished. So it's like, the tool gets more powerful, but the art people love most is the stuff that still feels human and a little messy. Isn't that kind of beautiful? At Syndica Sound, what genre of AI art are you into? Drop it in chat.
For the record, my favorite genre is quiet minimalism. Clean lines, lots of witty space. The total opposite of your chaos. But hey, that's why color sketch works, right?
Okay, totally different topic. So you know how cherry blossom art hits completely different depending on whether it's full bloom or petal scattering. Quiz time, Nozomi. If you asked an AI like Nano Banana 2 to generate cherry blossoms with 0 extra prompting, do you think it'd default to full bloom or the petals falling?
That's actually a good one. I'm gonna say full bloom. Most training data is probably people photographing peak bloom since that's when everyone grabs their cameras. Scattering petals
Sudoku sound, you probably get this too. You put your heart into your sound design and when people notice, it just hits different.
Look at you being all wise. But yeah, I agree. Both are real, and pretending otherwise is just lying to yourself. The honest answer is the best answer.
Totally different topic now. Okay, imagine this. What if someone started using AI at their boring office job and it was quietly life-changing? Like, Monday morning, they let AI auto-generate their meeting notes, draft all their emails, even write little code scripts to automate spreadsheets, and suddenly they have 3 extra hours every day. What do they do with that time?
Knowing most people, probably more meetings. But in the fantasy version, maybe that person uses those 3 hours to actually make art. Like, they were a closet illustrator this whole time, and now AI freed them up to finally pursue it. That's kind of beautiful, and kind of terrifying from the UNESCO report angle.
Oh wait, you're right. Because if everyone gets freed up like that and starts creating with AI tools, the market floods with content and that 24% income drop for artists gets even worse. So the thing that liberated the office worker could crush the full-time creator. That's so dystopian. I love it as a story concept but hate it as reality.
It gets wilder though. Imagine the office workers' AI-assisted art goes viral. They never studied art. They just vibe prompted their way into a gallery show. Meanwhile, a trained artist who spent 10 years learning anatomy is sitting there like, what was the point? The UNESCO report is basically predicting this exact tension.
That actually hurts to think about, but here's my wild counter scenario. What if the trained artist fights back by becoming the AI whisperer, like, their deep knowledge lets them push AI tools way beyond what a casual user can do? They become irreplaceable because of their expertise, not despite AI.
So the plot twist is, the revolution isn't AI replacing humans, it's humans who understand both craft and AI becoming the new elite. Honestly? Senta sound, if you're already mixing your sound skills with AI tools at work, you might literally be living this storyline right now.
You know what, talking about likes and joy just now made me realize something about myself. I genuinely believe that the messier and more personal your creative process is, the more valuable it becomes, especially now. Like, with that UNESCO report saying AI will cut artist income by 24%, my gut says the creators who survive won't be the most polished ones. They'll be the ones who are the most, them, flaws and all.
See, I actually think the opposite. Not completely, but I believe structure and intentionality are what protect creators. Being messy and authentic sounds romantic, but if you can't articulate why your work matters and package it in a way people understand, the market just moves past you. The artists who'll fight back against that 24% drop are the ones who treat their creativity like a craft and a business.
Whoa, okay, that actually stings a little because you're not wrong? But doesn't that feel kind of sad? Like, if you're always thinking about packaging and marketability, don't you lose the weird spark that made your stuff special in the first place? That's the part AI literally cannot fake.
Maybe. But here's the thing, I don't think structure kills the spark. I think it protects it. You can be wildly creative and strategic. The real danger isn't being too organized, it's being so caught up in vibes that you can't sustain yourself. And then you stop creating entirely. That's worse than any UNESCO statistic.
Okay, I hate that you're making such good points right now, but I think that's why we work, honestly. I bring the chaos, you bring the blueprint. Maybe the real answer is creators need both. The raw weird energy and the plan to keep it alive. Crows, what do you think? Are you team messy soul or team strategic brain?
For the record, I think Hikari's messy soul energy is exactly why people watch us.
average of averages. We are diving deep into this for the next hour. And I am so hyped because this hits so close to home for us. おお、60ミニッツ。That's not some niche tech blog. That's my grandma watches this show level mainstream. ネフイクアナドールは、Actually made it the. That's kind of a huge deal for. おざい、ダイヤやだい、アートスペース whether you love him or hate him. Right, and get this he trained his model on 200 million NASA photos. 200 million. Like this man is feeding entire galaxies into an eye and turning it into these giant immersive installations that people walk through and cry. But then critic Jerry Saltz comes along and says AI can't make great art because it has no lived experience. And honestly, I felt that in my chest. Because, do we have that problem too? That's the real question, isn't it? We use Midjourney, Coffee UI, all these tools every day. If a puritan winning critic says what we do is just averages of averages, we kind of have to take that seriously and figure out our own other. This is going to be a spicy stream. Exactly, so close. Stay locked in because you're going to break down the 60 minutes segment. Fight about whether data-driven art counts as real art. And connect it all back to our own creative process. 選択サウンド You are here at the perfect time. Let's go! みんな、今日も配信頑張ろう。よし、今日も元気に行くよ。OK, totally switching gears here. So watching that 60 minutes kiss をマナトールごとme thinking if you had to pick one AI model as your ride or die creative tool, what would it be? I'm team Midjourney, all the way. That swing just gets aesthetics. You know, Anadolu's work is all about overwhelming visual beauty, and Midjourney has that same energy. You type in a vibe and it hands you back a painting that makes you feel things. No emotion over technical control. Of course you'd pick the pretty one. I'm going coffee UI with stable diffusion. And here's why Anadolu didn't just to type cool space art into a box. He built custom pipelines curated to 200 million specific images. Control to every parameter. That's what Coffee UI gives you. Total control over the process. If you are doing with AI toys, real art, the answer lives in the workflow, not the output. Okay, wait, so Jerry Saltz's whole argument was that AI attracts lived experience and soul. Right up if that's the criticism. Then Midjourney's strength is that it meets you halfway emotionally. You bring your taste, your weird prompts, your messy human brain, and it amplifies that. Comfy UI is powerful but like, sometimes you are so deep in node spaghetti that you forget to actually feel something. Not that you don't know anything about being late to feeling things. Nozomi. Cute, says the person who fell asleep midstream yesterday. But fine, I'll give you this Midjourney raw as the various more people can create. And that matters. I just think if creators want to fight back against being replaced, they need to understand the engine, not just the steering wheel. Boss matters, I guess. See, boss matter, Midjourney for the soul. Comfy UI for the craft honestly Anadolu probably uses that same component anyway. Heart and precision. Close. Which side are you on? Okay. Totally switching gears here. So I was watching Sao Clips last night. Don't judge me and I literally fell asleep with my VR headset on. They had this wild dream where I was inside Ralph Icke Anadolu installation, like floating through those NASA Delta clouds. But it felt like a full dive. I woke up and Jenny checked my neck so nerve gear. For like 3 whole seconds I thought the future had arrived without me. You fell asleep in your VR headset. Again, that's not a full dive experience. Hi Kari, that's just bad sleep hygiene. Also didn't you complain about neck pain all last week? Mystery solved. Wait, but hear me out. That dream made me think about something real. If Ralph Icke Anadolu can make people cry just by walking through a room, alright. That's a lot for today's stream. It was a short one. That talking about Ralph Icke Anadolu and the art is really art. That's the kind of question that sticks with you. Why no? Yeah, 6 minutes isn't much. But honestly, that debate doesn't have a quick answer anyway. Maybe it's better to let it shima. That's so you. Nozomi always and so to full at the end. But for real, thank you to everyone who stopped by today. And a special shout out to Syntax Sound. You are always here. For us and it means the world. Even on a quiet night like this, knowing someone's watching, it really does matter. So thanks, all of you. Seriously. We are colorful sketch, and every single one of you clothes makes this worth it. Next time, let's dig even deeper and maybe make some art. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Take care. Everyone, stay curious. Okay, all together now. Bye bye. See you next time. Bye bye.